Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So I feel like every couple days, at least a week, we get more rumors, more speculation, more drama with one of these wide receivers. And of course, we're talking about like the core four guys here. Terry McLaurin, D.K Metcalf, A.J. Brown, and Debo Samuel, all second round picks, all around the same age, all like on a similar trajectory as far as, NFL wide receivers are concerned. I mean, these guys are all great and they have the potential to be elite, right? A.J. Brown's on pace to becoming one of the best wide receivers in Titans history. McLaurin, a middle round pick, came out of nowhere. It's just been lighting it up. DK Metcalf, everybody knows his story. And then Debo Samuel's coming off an incredible season and is a perfect fit in that 49ers offense. Just does exactly what they want him to do, exactly what they need him to do. So again, with every couple of days that passes, we have like another chapter unfolding here. So we're going to talk about all four. We're going to start with Terry McLaurin because there's no new updates. We actually did a video last week about McLaurin and how teams were, supposedly keeping their eye on Washington, monitoring the entire situation, but there hasn't been any sort of news, any sort of, update at all. And it's looking like Ron Rivera just completely shut it down immediately and said, yeah, we're going to be getting an extension done. We're just not in any rush. Okay, so that's that. As far as A.J. Brown is concerned, the Tennessee Titans have made it known that they want to get an extension done as soon as possible before the season starts, and they still value A.J. Brown as, one of the top pieces of that offense. Just a huge role within that style of offense, and it doesn't really seem, I don't get the feel, and I never really got the feel about A.J. Brown, but it just doesn't really seem like the Tennessee Titans are going to be moving off of A.J. Brown anytime soon, okay? I really feel like they're going to fork over the cash and give him one of these absolute mega deals, okay? But I do want to preface, yes, these wide receivers are getting big contracts, but the cap is going to continue to be going up throughout the years. So in essence, it's not going to be as bad as it looks this year. It's almost like these quarterback contracts a little bit. It's like you kind of have to bite the bullet. Yeah, they're super expensive. Yeah, you're going to have to pay a ton, but what are you going to do? Wait 2 months, wait 3 months to where another quarterback is signed and bumped up the asking price, wait a year? I mean, you have to bite the bullet if you're interested in keeping these wide receivers on your team and you don't want to let them walk. You might as well pay them now and avoid the continuing ascension of these annual cap hits. Okay, so A.J. Brown, I just don't get the feel like he's going to be moved from Tennessee. D.K Metcalf, on the other hand, was actually in the headlines. Okay, supposedly the Seattle Seahawks, this came out yesterday, the Seahawks are looking for at least 2 first-round picks for Metcalf, and we had the whole fake report about the New York Jets supposedly offering pick number 10 and the Seahawks declined. We had the same kind of thing here. The Jets were going to offer pick number 10, but the Seahawks shut it down super quick, so they didn't technically get the offer, but they expected the Jets to offer the 10th overall pick. I'm not buying either of those. I feel like DK Metcalf could be had at a cheaper price. I really do. I don't think it's going to take minimum 2 first-round picks to bring Metcalf in. I really don't, especially because he's going to be coming in with the expectation that the team acquiring DK is going to have to hand out that mega deal. It's not like you're just giving up these picks and you're getting the star player. That's the case, but you're also now investing 20, 22, 23, up 20, north of $20 million a season. So it's a big commitment for the team taking on one of these wide receivers. With that said, I do feel like Metcalf is the most likely, right, out of these 4 to be moved. I mean, there's been so much smoke surrounding DK Metcalf since like the end of the regular season. I mean, it's been crazy. Like the AJ Brown stuff just was based off an assumption. Terry McLaurin, kind of the same thing. Like teams are just monitoring the situation. But look, with DK Metcalf, it seems like the Jets have been linked since day one here. Okay, since day one. Of course, we do have to ask the question, would the Seattle Seahawks front office really trade away their best player on their offense to reacquire their original first-round draft pick that they already own, that they gave up for Jamal Adams? I think that's a really tough sell to Seahawks fans. Oh, hey, we're going to give you a humongous boatload for Jamal Adams. We're going to get him in the building. sign him to a long-term extension. Now we're in a bit of a pinch because we have to, we're going out releasing Bobby Wagner. We're going to go out and trade away Russell Wilson. We're now rebuilding. We have decided to rebuild. We need picks, right? So what do? Let's go reacquire the picks that we gave away in the first place to go out and land Jamal Adams. But in order to do that, we have to give up DK Metcalf. To me, it's just, I think from an optic perspective, it would rub a lot of Seahawks fans the wrong way. They would be ticked off. So as we stand right now, Seattle has that really high asking price, and they're supposedly just shutting teams down as soon as they call. That could change. We'll see how it all plays out. I definitely do see it changing as we inch closer and closer to the draft. Maybe we see a draft day trade. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Debo Samuel, on the other hand, actually was talked about a lot yesterday because he deleted pretty much everything to do with the 49ers off of his social medias, right? Profile picture, unfollowed them and everything like that. I think he also unfollowed fan pages, if I'm correct. It's a little odd for sure. But I'm going to say this, I don't want to read too much into it. We saw Stephon Diggs, wide receiver from the Bills, kind of do the same thing. I mean, he just let loose a couple of cryptic tweets, a couple days ago, right before he signed his extension, saying, oh, I would love to go play with my brother. And obviously his brother plays in Dallas, and Dallas is kind of looking for a wide receiver right now. And it was... I don't know. To me, it's almost like a tool that you would use. Like, if I want something, I'm going to demand something. As far as the contract is concerned, I'm going to go to social media. I got to tweet something out. I got to unfollow. I mean, Kyler Murray had the same situation happen like maybe a month and a half ago. It's just like you unfollow the team and you just get rid of everything that has to do with the team. From there, it just makes people think and makes people question, like, what could be going wrong here? Is it something with the contract? Is there a holdup with the organization long term with bringing him back? Do they want to bring him back? What's the situation that's having the player unfollow and just distance himself from the team online? Okay, because it's not like you just wake up and do that type of thing because you feel like it. It's going to cause a stir in the media. People are going to be talking about it. It's going to get fans riled up, and especially like opposing teams, fan bases, like with the tweets like, oh, come to New York, this and that. Like, it's totally cool. And it's definitely interesting that Samuel kind of wiped everything. And I actually did see a report late last night that Samuel supposedly wants to be one of the highest paid non-quarterbacks in football because of his role in the 49ers offense. I'm not sure how true that is, but I definitely expect Debo Samuel to be getting a humongous contract from the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not so sure. So again, I think when I'm looking at these four guys, I think Mclaren and A.J. Brown will not be moved. I think D.K Metcalf, I'm leaning that way. I think he might get traded, although it wouldn't surprise me if he does re-sign. And then Debo Samuel is just a complete shot in the dark. I mean, I expect him to be back with San Francisco, but we've seen some crazy things happen this offseason, so nothing would surprise me at this point. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below, and as always, go Jets.